堀さん。
え？
携帯落ちましたよ。
ありがとう。何？誰？あった？
堀さんがユキって呼んでる人。
あったって、その格好で？
うん、俺だって分かんなかったみたい、多分。
そっか。
ほら、こぼれるよ。
なんか私以外の人に宮村のそういう格好とか見てほしくないな。ねえ、3月の休みに入ったらお兄ちゃん毎日遊びに来る？毎日は来れないよ。宮村もいつまでもずっと来てくれるわけじゃないんだから。じゃあいつまで来てくれるの？高校卒業まで？いつまで宮村がうちに来てくれるかなんて、そんなの私も知らないわよ。お姉ちゃんはお兄ちゃんが来なくなったら嫌じゃないの？僕はすっごく嫌。
堀さん。
そんなの私だって嫌。お姉ちゃんって素直じゃないよね。うるさいダメ。やっぱりダメ。あげない。
でも堀さんと宮村くんはただの友達なんでしょ？
宮村はあげない。
もらうの？
あげないって言ってんでしょ。
だって宮村くんは彼氏じゃないんでしょ？堀さんのじゃないじゃん。
宮村は私のだもん。あげないから、絶対あげないから。じゃあね。アホか。宮村は誰のものでもないでしょ。
堀さん、マジで寝てた方がいいよ。
どこ行くのよ。どうしてよ。いつもなんでいないの？どこ行くのよ。
堀さん、それどこ行くのじゃなくて行かないでじゃないのかな。
どこ行くの？
どこにも行かないよ。お前なんかいらないって、顔も見るのも嫌だって、どこかへ行ってしまえって。堀さんがそう思わない限り、俺はここにいるけど。後でちゃんと水分取らないとね。
With the new season of Horimiya being released, I started another run of my Horimiya binge. Well, it started off with me just being bored, and I opened up this chapter where the boys, Sengoku, Yura, Ishikawa, and Miyamura, are having a sleepover together. And after that, I kind of just read through all of the manga. And something that me and plenty of other Horimiya readers and watchers realize that the way Horimiya presents rom-coms is very different than any other that has tried before. You know how most rom-com animes are always this over-the-top battle between the heroine. I'm calling it the heroine, not being confused with the illegal substance, which shares the same name as heroine. I'm not, okay, moving on. You know how most rom-com animes are always this over-the-top battle between the heroine and the main character? Yeah, saying it again, it's not very helping. It doesn't help much. I'm just gonna call it uh the female lead. I'm just gonna call it the female lead. Well, I read it. I've already made the script, so I'll just have to bear with it. It's always the same formulaic thing on repeat. It's always either one of them trying to get closer towards the other, but something happens that reverse all of their progress. Then, after a few episodes, or if you're in luck, a few seasons, you can finally see some kind of progress being made between the two. And finally, near the end of the series, the two main couple finally dated or bang or whatever the fuck. And honestly, that's alright with me. There are plenty of other good shows and mangas that have the same plotline that manage to be very interesting. It all comes down to the character dynamics that keep us entertained and engaged with the story. Now, the way Hiro Sensei the way Hiro Sensei made Horimiya, it's like a unique take on the rom-com genre in general. For once, I feel like Horimiya is more realistic. What Hiro Sensei managed to do was create a warm feeling inside of you as you watch Miyamura and Hori, or which other couple in the series, try and connect to each other. The love that they have is so deep that you can see it through the way that they look at each other, the way that they treat each other, the way that they need each other, and whenever one of them talks about the other. This kind of romance is subtle, but effective. It's a silent kind of love, as I like to call it. It's mature yet comforting to see. That's the kind of feeling Hiro Sensei managed to create with Horimiya. The characters are grounded, design-wise and personality-wise. For example, our main female lead, Kyoko Hori, she's a homebody big sister that took care of the housework. She's smart, beautiful, and her design is simple, yet it works. Hori isn't the type of girl with, big boobs, or she has like some wicked fashion or something. No, she's just like a normal popular girl that you'd see in your average school. Okay, side note, I know there's a lot of characters that stands out from the way they look, especially their hair, like Remi, Sakura, Toru, and other multicolored hair characters, but their personalities are not too over the top. No one is overly shy, overly ambitious. They're pretty realistic in my opinion. The point that I'm trying to make here is the characters in Horimiya act and live like normal people. In most anime, that there's always like one guy that is the star of the swimming club, or other star in some kind of sport in that school. Yeah, not here. They're all just plain and normal. They stood out not because of something they achieved, but more because of their characters and personality. This helps the characters in Horimiya feel believable, as if they are, real people just like you and me, just like normal high schoolers. A good example of personality in Horimiya is, again, Kyoko Hori. She's what you might consider a tsundere, but yeah, it's just something that I kind of developed, because the first time that I watched this anime, I never really thought of her as a tsundere. But as I keep rewatching the anime over and over, and I read the manga over and over, I started to see that Hori might fall into the tsundere category. She's a little reluctant to express her feelings towards Miyamura, kind of denying it at first, while she just wants to keep the little moments that they have with each other. Although her feelings leak out a little bit, like when she's a little possessive with Miyamura, especially the moment when Remi confronted her about wanting to have Miyamura to herself, or when after Miyamura confessed to her that she was very panicky and even threw her books at him. Then she just kind of lost her tsundere-ness whenever, after she and Miyamura started to go out together. But I guess that makes sense, you know. She was denying her feelings because there was something that she wants to protect, but also something that she wants to let out. But you know, due to the thing that she wants to protect, it kind of held her back. So now there's no need to deny or hold back her feelings anymore, because all of those feelings are thrown at Miyamura, literally. Although she was a little bit on the extreme side, it was never really annoying to see her, and this state fits very well with Hori's wild and rough nature. Not only that, she never stayed annoying towards Miyamura for so damn long, unlike plenty of other characters in other anime. Speaking of annoying, you know that moment in anime when either one of the characters is going to confess to the other character? There's always something that suddenly disturbs them, like a firework that cuts off their voice or whatever, or just like someone barging in through the door, a telephone ringing, or just any other tropes that could ruin the moment. Yeah, not here. Episode 4 in the anime, we already have a confession. This show doesn't play around, it gets shit done. This opens up a lot more possibilities in the anime. Have you ever wanted to see the couple that has been trying to get together for a whole series, but only for the anime to just end after an episode, after their confession or after they got together? We never get to see them being lovey-dovey to each other for a longer period of time, because some like people, I guess, kind of might think of it as boring, because we're just seeing there's no intent, like there's no adrenaline, or there's nothing interesting whenever they just kind of finish the thing that they were trying to get, you know, by confessing and getting together and all. But in Horimiya, that exact thing happened. But the thing is, it is very interesting even after the confession. There's a lot of content to keep us entertained, and it is just such a breath of fresh air to see the actual couple being a couple in the anime, not just, you know, being awkward, lovey, kind of trying to flirty at each other. It's just so good, man. Another thing that you will notice when you read or watch Horimiya, you will never find any sort of ecchi elements. Not a single panty shot, accidentally entering a room while someone is changing, or any other sort of stereotypical fan service. This lets us just experience the story normally and lets us absorb ourselves into the story and characters. We get to see the character develop their connection, emotions, not some mistakes or accidents. Lastly, another thing that I want to talk about is the love triangles, because you know there's always kind of a love triangle happening in romance anime, because you know, drama and stuff. The love triangle arcs, or like the drama between the three of them, it got settled very quickly. Although there were some moments where the feelings of the characters were sometimes shown in the later episodes or in the later chapters, but took the viewers or the readers away to just focus on that feeling of that characters being disappointed or whatever. Because after it was settled, the characters then just kind of went on with their day-to-day activities, and even joined the group's dynamic. For example, Akane, he was introduced to us as a total stranger, yeah, just someone who has a crush on Yuki, but then soon manages to befriend everyone and joins to hang out with them. That's a really neat thing about Horimiya. Everyone just kind of get together, no drama, no nothing. At this point of the script, I wanted to write down how I feel when reading or watching Horimiya, but I think like everything has been clearly expressed early on in the video. So let's just get to the conclusion of it all. Horimiya is a one-of-a-kind rom-com anime/manga. This series broke the stereotypical tropes and embraced its own identity. It managed to pull the strings of our hearts very well with the story, the characters, and overall writing of the manga. Every character is not only integral to the story and growth of Hori and Miyamura, but their own personal stories are also very interesting and entertaining. Not a moment here is wasted as you continue with the story. And with that said, I am going to rewatch the whole anime again and reread the manga again. So for now, this has been Winter, and I'm signing off.